Now at 10, she swore to protect and serve, but says Huntsville PD did not protect her. Now she's slapping the department with a federal lawsuit.
Mending broken hearts one Valentine at a time. How this woman is turning her pain into purpose.
And it's going to feel drastically different when we wake up in the morning when a strong cold front will hit your neighborhood.
But we begin with a Houston family in mourning tonight after the flu struck down a father of 5.
55-year-old Roberto Montez is the latest victim of this epidemic. He died within a matter of days of being diagnosed.
His family is shocked because other than being a diabetic, Montez seemed perfectly healthy.
Janelle Bluda is live in North Houston tonight with a look at how this virus took an unexpected turn for the worse. Janelle?
It only took 5 days. 5 days after he was diagnosed, and this man, this family's superhero, was taken suddenly after he was diagnosed with the flu.
Very sweet, generous.
As the smell of chicken soup lingers in the air, the hum of the family's heartbreak hangs heavy in this home.
I still cannot believe it. I still think I'm going to wake up and everything's going to be fine.
He was 55, an AC technician. Roberto Montez had diabetes, but other than that,
he's an ox. He's my Superman.
He was a Superman to his 5 children who still can't believe he's gone.
Tuesday, he went to the doctor, and then because he was coughing and everything, and they said that he has the flu.
Diagnosed with the flu, Montez got his prescription and went home to rest. Doctors told him he could return to work in 3 days, but by Thursday,
he couldn't breathe, and he said, I don't know what's going on, I don't feel good.
His wife Myrna says she took her husband here to Northwest Medical Center, where doctors told them he now had pneumonia and blood in his lungs.
The tube wasn't helping him, so everything down, and then he ended up dying.
Doctors tried 2 blood transfusions, but it was finally a heart attack that took the seemingly healthy, happy man from his family.
This is like a nightmare for me. I never expect this. Oh my God, still cannot believe this is happening.
A family now figuring out life without the man who, like so many others, just got the flu.
Stay home, rest, drink a glass of water, and that's it. But this is different. Yeah. You can't let it, you cannot. This is scary.
Well, between the medical bills and now the funeral expenses, it's taken quite a toll on this family. If you would like to help, a GoFundMe has been set up for them. A link to that is on our website, KHOU.com. Lynn and Mia.
Oh, how difficult for that family. Janelle, thanks so much. Folks, we have everything you need to know about the flu, from symptoms to treatment, on our website. Visit our flu guide at KHOU.com.
It was just a trip to a gas station, but within minutes, a woman was dead. Here's surveillance video showing 2 men on bicycles riding up to that white BMW, then shooting a woman during an attempted carjacking. The woman was in the back seat while her boyfriend and uncle went into the gas station. This is on Bissonnet near Wilcrest last night. The killers took off, and there is not a good description of them. You can see from the video. Detectives are hoping someone knows something and will do the right thing. A Houston family is spending the night in a hotel because their home is a rotten, smelly mess. A public works crew was clearing a sewer blockage last night when the pressure pushed the sewage back into the home. That's Peter Fan right there. He says his toilet looked like a fountain. The city is paying for all the damage and the hotel stay.
A former police officer says her sergeant sent her lewd and unwanted photos and begged her to send some back. And when she complained, she says she was fired. Now she's fighting back. Larry Seward has the exclusive story from Huntsville.
Huntsville's police chief did not return phone calls or our emails seeking comment. He and the city's lawyer told me policies allow zero discussion on such matters, while the woman they fired talked to us through tears.
Tore me up because I felt like I was only terminated for complaining on a fellow officer.
Kimberly Webb's dishonorable discharge from Huntsville police suggests she was a dishonest cop, insubordinate, fired less than 4 years into her dream job.
They made an example of her. They showed her that if you report these kinds of things, this is what will happen to you.
Months after swear-in, Webb says fellow officers harassed her with sexual jokes and unwanted advances.
And I got told it was like a contact sport, so suck it up and move on.
A year later, she claims her supervisor joined in, sending lewd texts, asking to see her breasts and more.
A picture of himself, asking for pictures of me, and it was constant and persistent.
Webb's second complaint moved her from patrol to court duty, where she worked with other women. She had no problem until the assault.
I saw the foot, and then I was taken off my feet.
She claims the same sergeant kicked her during a retirement party. 3 months later, the department fired Webb. Before filing her third complaint, Webb hired lawyers. She claims Huntsville police then interrogated her for inviting the sergeant's sexual advances. So she volunteered to take a polygraph, failed, then saw her career vanish. So she sued her former chief and department. Neither will answer questions. In a statement, their lawyer told us the city of Huntsville has received a lawsuit filed in a federal court in Houston by former employee Kimberly Webb. The suit is against the city and the chief of police. Legal counsel for the city is handling the case. City policies do not permit discussion of ongoing legal proceedings.
You don't go against that brotherhood. You don't go against that culture. But it's not acceptable.
Standing for Houston, Larry Seward, KHOU 11 News.
There could soon be a blacklist of sorts for teachers who have inappropriate relationships with their students. That's part of a proposal Governor Greg Abbott announced today that he calls preventing, protecting, and punishing. Now, he wants Texas to create a do not hire registry to block any educators exhibiting predatory behavior from working at any other school district in the state. Schools would then be required to check the registry before making any hiring decisions. The governor plans to submit his proposal to the legislature when they meet next year.
Now to Washington, one chamber down, one to go to avoid another government shutdown on Thursday night. Just hours ago, the House passed a government spending bill that would fund the government for another 6 weeks and keep the military running through September. The plan still has to get through the Senate, but earlier today, President Trump said he welcomed a shutdown if Democrats don't agree to stricter immigration laws.
If we don't change it, let's have a shutdown. We'll do a shutdown, and it's worth it for our country. I'd love to see a shutdown if we don't get this stuff taken care of.
The White House later clarifying the president is not advocating for a shutdown. Congress has until midnight Thursday night to pass a budget. All right, let's see if we can actually see downtown, if it's visible from our tower cam tonight. Well, we don't have the tower cam, but we do have David Paul.
Even better. Dave, you're tracking a cold front that will bring some big changes by morning. What about that fog?
Oh, I'll show you the tower cam here in a second. It's coming, and it's getting kind of greasy out there. And look at the temperature contrast. So Houston's at 71. But up the road in Austin, it's 43, so about 30 degrees colder in Austin than here in Houston. It's 40 degrees colder in Dallas, where they're near freezing, and they've had a little frozen mix up there on the north side of Dallas this evening. Now, temperatures in our northern counties are already beginning to plunge. While it's 70 in Hobby and 71 at Houston, it's 46 in Brenham. That's the leading edge of the cold air. Tomball, Northwest Harris County, you've got it. You've dropped to 58 degrees now, so you can get the idea of what tomorrow morning is going to be like area-wide. Overnight, the cold moves in. Rain too. You'll need coats and your windshield wipers, and if you're me, you'll need a big thermos of coffee tomorrow morning. We'll look ahead to another chance for rain with that weekend Mardi Gras forecast as well in a couple of minutes, y'all.
All right, tonight we're meeting a woman who is reaching out to those with a broken heart. Valentine's Day is next week, but it can be very lonely for those who have lost a spouse.
So a Houston woman is turning her own sadness into a mission to help others. Here's Lauren Tallarico.
Put that inside.
Tucked away in each one of these pink packages are Valentines bound for strangers.
Good box of chocolates.
Who all have broken hearts.
I would have loved to have gotten something like this the first year.
The Cupid is Susan Moore, who always loves sharing this holiday with her husband, Michael.
We were engaged in 5 months, married in 9 months, and yeah, meant to be.
But after 14 years of marriage and 2 kids,
the worst day of our life.
Michael passed away at just 43 years old.
It's surreal. It is acting. It's telling the kids that the doctors are going to make Daddy get better, and it just doesn't happen.
You see, Susan knows what heartbreak feels like and says Valentine's Day can amplify that loss.
You see all the cards and the candy and the balloons and the flowers, and and you don't get the flowers from your spouse anymore.
So last year, with the goal of feeling better, she went to Facebook and posted this.
If you have a friend who's recently widowed, I would love to send them a secret Valentine.
She got 10 responses, then sent out 10 Valentines with a handwritten note.
Hi, Kimberly. You don't know me.
One found its way to Kimberly Hillman, who had just lost her husband, David, of 25 years.
I'm so very sorry to hear that.
This Valentine meant everything.
To get kindness and love from someone you've never even met is huge.
This year, Susan's back at it with a much bigger order to fill.
The response was overwhelming.
100 packages. She hopes will be a bright spot in what can be a very dark day.
We can help others feel good when they're not feeling so good inside, then that's a wonderful thing.
Standing for Houston, I'm Lauren Tallarico.
Love at a time of sadness, just when you need it.
Incredible outreach. Incredible.